As California continues to push the boundaries of sustainable and efficient transportation, two major rail projects are gaining momentum, signaling a bright future for the state's transit system. If you've missed it, we've previously shared two of our most exciting rail stories that have captured the attention of our audience. From Caltrain's groundbreaking electrification, transforming the Bay Area's skies, to Caltrain's expansion, opening up new travel options for underserved communities, these stories are at the forefront of California's evolving rail system. If you haven't watched them yet, here's a chance to catch up on both. We've combined these fascinating developments into one to give you a full picture of how Caltrain is not just meeting today's needs, but setting the stage for even more growth and expansion in the future. Get ready for a closer look at two projects that are reshaping California's transportation landscape.
It smells fresh, it looks nice, everything about it just is great.
What if one train line could change the air we breathe? After decades of diesel fumes and delays, California's Caltrain has pulled off the impossible, a full electrification against all odds. And the results? Nothing short of stunning. Join us as we uncover how a single commuter rail line transforms the Bay Area's skies and sets a new standard for sustainable transit. This is not only about the train story. It can be a clean US in the future to follow the lead of Asian and European countries. Before we dive in, we've got a quick favor to ask. If you're into stories that spark change, literally, hit that subscribe button. We're on a mission to hit 5,000 subscribers, and with your help, we're sure to be there. Let's hit that milestone together. Caltrain operates as a vital commuter rail service with the 47-mile route along the San Francisco Peninsula, connecting San Francisco, San Mateo County, and Santa Clara County. The electrification project, part of the Caltrain modernization program, transitioned the fleet from diesel to electric multiple units, EMUs, with public revenue service beginning in August 2024 and full electrification achieved by September 2024. In only 6 weeks, the system retired all 29 of its diesel locomotives and replaced them with 23 new electric trains. The debut of the new trains was the culmination of a $2.44 billion modernization and decarbonization project that first launched in 2017. This shift was driven by goals to improve service efficiency, reduce noise, and enhance environmental sustainability, particularly air quality. A groundbreaking study, recently published in Environmental Science and Technology Letters and led by researchers Samuel J. Cliff and Joshua S. Apte, has delivered hard evidence of just how powerful electrifying Caltrain has been for public health. Before the switch, diesel trains routinely filled passenger cars with exhaust smoke, often so thick, black carbon BC concentrations on board rivaled those measured in the congested traffic of New Delhi. For daily commuters and Caltrain staff, that meant chronic exposure to a known carcinogen linked to long-term health risks. Once the electric trains rolled in, everything changed. Researchers found that black carbon exposure inside the trains dropped by nearly 90%, making the onboard air dramatically cleaner almost overnight. But the impact went far beyond that. San Francisco's Caltrain station, once a smoky and noisy hub at nearly all hours, also saw remarkable changes. Due to a little-known safety regulation, diesel locomotives couldn't be shut down for extended periods without triggering time-consuming inspections, so they were often left idling for hours. That meant the station was constantly bathed in diesel emissions. To track the shift, researchers installed air quality monitors throughout the station during the 6-week transition to electric service. The results were clear. Days with fewer idling diesel engines saw noticeably better air quality, and once the diesel fleet was fully retired, levels of black carbon near the station dropped so dramatically that the improvement was equivalent to what California cities achieved over 3 decades of clean air regulations, all in just a few weeks. The bottom line? Electrification doesn't just modernize transit. It delivers massive public health benefits to riders, workers, and surrounding communities. According to Apte and Cliff's calculations, the reduction in black carbon exposure achieved from Caltrain's electrification cut excess cancer deaths by 51 per 1 million people for riders and 330 per 1 million people for train conductors. For reference, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has a policy that any exposure that increases the average individual's cancer risk by more than 1 per million is considered unacceptable. Despite moving over 1 million passengers every weekday across 33 systems, only 10% of U.S. commuter rail route miles are currently electrified. The vast majority still rely on diesel engines, and adoption of cleaner alternatives has been slow. This is a missed opportunity, not just for the environment, but for public health on a national scale. Caltrain, though a relatively small player in terms of fuel consumption, about 5% of the U.S. sector, demonstrated the dramatic benefits of electrification. The system's recently retired diesel locomotives, though outdated and poorly controlled for emissions, were representative of the broader U.S. fleet. Over 60% of commuter rail vehicles still fall into Tier 1 or lower emissions categories. Larger systems, like Chicago's Metra, which operates more than 150 diesel locomotives and consumes 6 times more fuel than Caltrain, stand to deliver even greater gains through electrification. Electric trains don't just offer cleaner air, they're also quieter, more reliable, and faster, with significantly reduced greenhouse gas emissions. Since Caltrain launched its electric service in 2024, rider feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. Passengers have praised the smoother, quieter rides and modern features like Wi-Fi and power outlets. Online forums like Reddit are full of comparisons, with many calling the electric trains a massive upgrade over the diesel-era experience. While California has long-term plans to modernize its rail infrastructure, this study emphasizes that the benefits of electrification aren't distant ideals. They're immediate and measurable. Delaying these upgrades by another 20 years means prolonging preventable health risks. In fact, when scaled nationwide, researchers estimate hundreds of cancer cases could be prevented each year by reducing exposure to pollutants like black carbon. Abt and Cliff hope the findings inspire U.S. cities to follow the lead of Asian and European nations where electrified rail is already the standard. And while full-scale infrastructure projects take time, the data also point to meaningful interim solutions, like improved railcar filtration or smarter operational practices that can help reduce pollution burdens in the meantime. This study also is a wake-up call. The clean, quiet, and healthy future of rail is electric, and it's already here. With the arrival of electric service on Caltrain's Peninsula Corridor, the railroad has officially retired its aging diesel fleet, a collection of locomotives and gallery cars that faithfully served the Bay Area for nearly 40 years. But instead of heading for the scrapyard, these trains are getting a second life thousands of miles away. Caltrain recently finalized an agreement to send 19 diesel locomotives and 90 passenger cars to the municipality of Lima, Peru. The move, which will reimburse Caltrain over $6 million, is part of a broader effort to launch a new regional commuter rail line in one of South America's most congested urban areas. The U.S. Departments of State and Commerce, along with the Bay Area Air Quality Management District, supported the deal for both its environmental and diplomatic value. In Peru, where electrification isn't financially viable, these second-hand diesel trains represent a rare opportunity to introduce high-capacity rail service without the prohibitive costs of new infrastructure. While Caltrain's own electrification project cost $2.4 billion, even a fraction of that would be far out of reach for a lower middle-income country like Peru. Yet the environmental and public health benefits remain real. Currently, many Lima commuters rely on aging, smoke-belching buses or private vehicles that crawl through gridlocked streets. By comparison, the repurposed Caltrain fleet, capable of speeds up to 100 miles per hour, will not only offer a faster and more comfortable ride, but will help reduce overall emissions, traffic congestion, and air pollution in a city where few can afford a car. In this context, the transfer isn't just a handoff of outdated equipment, it's an international sustainability strategy that improves lives. Still, the move has stirred controversy back home. California State Senator Dave Cortese has introduced a bill to block similar exports in the future, arguing that shipping diesel locomotives abroad simply shifts pollution from one place to another. Cortese, a signatory of the Diesel Free by 33 pledge, contends that California should not export its emissions problems to countries with weaker environmental regulations. His bill could affect other California rail operators like Altamont Corridor Express, ACE, and Amtrak California, which may face restrictions on how they dispose of old diesel equipment in the future. Critics of the bill argue this is a case of letting climate perfectionism get in the way of practical progress. Denying Peru the use of these trains would mean denying the country a low-cost opportunity to improve mobility, reduce local bus pollution, and introduce a rail alternative in its capital, something many wealthier nations take for granted. As one observer noted, even California continues to operate diesel-powered services like Capital Corridor and Altamont Corridor Express, with no immediate plans to electrify. Big news for California rail fans. The Monterey County Rail Extension is gaining momentum. This project aims to extend Caltrain service beyond its current southern boundary, opening up new travel options for Monterey County and beyond. After years of planning, funding delays, and coordination across agencies, real progress is finally being made. So what's the current status? When will trains start running? And what challenges remain? Let's break it all down in today's episode. And hey, a huge shout out to all our amazing subscribers. Your support keeps this channel rolling. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and help us reach our next big goal: 3,000 subscribers. Let's do this. Caltrain ridership has been steadily increasing, reaching an average of over 24,000 weekday riders in 2024. This growth was further accelerated by the September 2024 electrification, which improved both service, frequency, and capacity. However, ridership gains have not been evenly distributed. The southern segment, particularly Gilroy, continues to report significantly lower usage, reflecting persistent challenges such as limited connectivity and lower population density. In fact, Caltrain considered cutting service to Gilroy in 2018 due to declining demand. This uneven performance frames the context for the Monterey County Rail Extension, MCRX, a strategic initiative to extend Caltrain service from Gilroy to Salinas. Led by the Transportation Agency for Monterey County, TAMC, this project seeks to enhance regional connectivity. The MCRX is projected to generate 112,000 riders annually, with an estimated first-year revenue of $1.1 million, yielding a farebox recovery ratio higher than any previous public rail transit project in California. Upon completion, the service will operate 4 weekday trips: 2 northbound trains from Salinas to San Francisco in the morning, and 2 southbound returns in the afternoon. As of the most recent updates, the Caltrain layover facility in Salinas continues its path to construction. TAMC Rail Program Planner Christina Watson said, "We are still coordinating with Union Pacific Railroad on the designs for the layover facility and track improvements between Salinas and Gilroy for this project." The project is in various stages of completion across its phases. Phase 1 of the Monterey County Rail Extension, known as the Kickstart Project, represents a foundational step in restoring passenger rail service between Salinas and the San Francisco Bay Area. This phase focuses on 3 main components: improvements to the Salinas train station, track upgrades at Gilroy, and construction of a layover facility for Caltrain personnel and equipment in Salinas. Phase 1 of this project has a total cost of about $81.5 million. The Salinas train station was transformed into an intermodal transportation center, with construction completed in June 2021. The remaining work on site is landscaping and bioretention area maintenance through December 2021. Located at North Main and Market Streets, the facility now includes a 5-bay bus transfer area, bicycle infrastructure, enhanced pedestrian access, commuter parking, and a new direct connection to downtown via the Lincoln Avenue extension. Track improvements in Gilroy are designed to enable through train service, allowing Caltrain to stop at the Gilroy station. These upgrades are currently underway, though no definitive completion date has been announced. The Salinas layover facility is intended to support daily Caltrain operations. Situated west of the Intermodal Center near New Street, it will include a crew base building with lockers, restrooms, and shared office space, a storage shed, fencing, lighting, and a new platform connecting to the main station. This facility will link to the Union Pacific Coast Main Line, currently used by both Union Pacific freight trains and Amtrak's Coast Starlight service. Final design and construction are still pending, primarily due to ongoing coordination with Union Pacific Railroad over design approvals and right-of-way access. In July 2023, TMC secured a 20-month extension on $12.6 million in construction funding, allowing additional time to finalize these negotiations and secure regulatory approval. Overall, the Kickstart project is in various stages of completion, with tangible progress made at Salinas Station and sustained planning efforts to ensure full Phase 1 delivery. Watson said that contingent on all remaining hurdles being overcome, the current design schedule has the Caltrain layover facility project going out to bid for construction in the fall or winter of 2026, with construction completed in 2028. Next comes Phase 2 of the project. It involves the development of the Pajaro-Watsonville Multimodal Transit Hub, a project intended to provide a vital connection point for Santa Cruz and Monterey County residents to access regional passenger rail service along the Coast Main Line, linking Salinas to the San Francisco Bay Area. Located in the unincorporated disadvantaged community of Pajaro, approximately 1.5 miles from downtown Watsonville, the station is strategically positioned to support equitable access to transportation for a low-income area recently impacted by severe storm events. The facility will enhance mobility to employment, education, and healthcare centers throughout Silicon Valley and San Jose. The site is designed as a multimodal hub with future service planned from Caltrain, Amtrak's Coast Starlight, Monterey Salinas Transit, MST, and Santa Cruz Metro. In April 2023, the project received more than $2 million planning grant from the state of California to advance its development. In November 2024, TAMC conducted an environmental review for this project. As of now, no major updates have been released regarding further project milestones or construction timelines. Once completed, the station is expected to catalyze transit-oriented development, community services, and regional economic growth. Now, we come to Phase 3 of the MCRX, which involves the development of the Castroville Multimodal Station, located in the unincorporated community of Castroville, in the southeastern portion of Monterey County. This facility is intended to serve as the primary connection point for passengers traveling from the Monterey Peninsula, enabling access to intercity rail service on the Coast Main Line between Salinas and the San Francisco Bay Area. The proposed station will also serve as the future link to the Monterey Branch Line light rail transit, providing cross-platform transfers between regional and local services. Strategically situated in an industrial but walkable area, the station is expected to catalyze neighborhood revitalization and provide a new community-oriented public space in eastern Castroville. The project is currently at 60% design completion, has received environmental clearance, but remains unfunded. The estimated construction cost is $27 million, with next steps focused on securing funding for final design and construction. The MCRX faces a series of challenges that complicate its implementation and long-term viability. One of the primary issues has been funding, which led to a significant downsizing of the project's original scope in 2009, including the removal of planned stations due to federal budget constraints. As we mentioned before, operational uncertainty also persists, as Caltrain has prioritized electrification and service enhancements between San Francisco and San Jose, showing limited commitment to managing extended service to Salinas. Additionally, negotiations with Union Pacific Railroad, the owner of the Coast Main Line, have caused delays in securing design approvals and operational agreements, prompting a 2023 funding extension for key infrastructure elements. Timeline ambiguity remains a concern. Although MCRX was included in the 2018 California State Rail Plan, project delays have pushed its expected launch beyond 2022, with no official completion date confirmed. Unverified public speculation, such as a rumored summer 2025 start, further illustrates the lack of clear communication. Collectively, these challenges highlight the complexity of advancing the project and raise concerns about its ability to meet regional transportation objectives on schedule. Despite these challenges, the Monterey County Rail Extension holds substantial promise as a long-term solution to the region's growing transportation and equity needs. It is designed to address the growing transportation needs of Monterey County, where approximately 6,000 daily commuters travel to the Bay Area, contributing to significant traffic congestion on U.S. Highway 101. So what do you think about the future of rail in California? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.